Hey guys, welcome to our channel Coders Arcade. In today's video, we are going to talk about more on VS Code debugging. So in our part 1 video, we talked about basics of VS Code debugging. But here in this video, we are going to see a little bit in detail of VS Code debugging. So there we used a simple program where we were using only the if-else statement to debug a program. But here in this case, as you can see here, this is the program. So this is the random number generator and the average of those numbers program. Here I'm debugging this program right here, and you can see that there are different functions into this, and uh, you can see that these are the variables section, and these are the watch pane, and these are the call stacks, and these are the breakpoints window, and there you'll be able to see or what are the breakpoints that you have pointed. So as I told you before, breakpoints are nothing but the points that tells the debugger where to stop. So here in this case, my debugger is already running and I am on to my first breakpoint. So as you can see that if I bring my cursor over it, you can see all the numbers that is generated. So here I can see in the variables panel, you can see all the numbers that have been generated here, and you can see all the different numbers, so all the 100 numbers that it has generated. And now you can see that this is the these are the some of the tools, debugging tools. So as I have told you before, there are different tools. You can move these tools around here, and these are the different tools. So this is the continue button. So if you click onto this continue button, this is going to directly execute all the steps between the next breakpoint, and it is going to jump onto directly to the next breakpoint. Now after this, if you click onto this step over, it is going to step over one by one, and it is going to execute the programs one by one. If you click on to step into, it is going to get into that particular function, and then if you are going to click onto this step out, it is going to step out the particular function from where it came from. Then this is the restart debugger, and this is the stop debugger. So if you click onto this, you can just stop it, and if you click onto this, you will restart your debugger. Now let us see all the options. So first of all, I'm going to show you the step over. So if you step over, you can see that we stepped over one point, and you can see on the left hand side in the variables panel, there are different numbers that you can see. These are all the numbers that have been generated from the numbers, and here you can see if I again step over, it is going to go to one by one, it is going to execute it. So right now it is selected the total equals to 0 variable. We are on the line 10. So you can see that our 10th line is not yet executed, but our 9th line is being executed. So here you can see that in our variables panel, our averages variable has also been added. So we can see that this line has been executed. So that line is been executed, and the variable that it contained was this one. So in the variable panel, we got this averages. Again, if I step over it, it is going to go into this next one, but right now we didn't execute this. So if I step over, you can see it has gone to the for loop, but now it has executed the total variable. So now you can see on the left hand side on the variables panel, you can see that our total is also been executed. So this way it is going to execute all the full program one by one, and it is going to show you all the variables that are being executed one by one onto your variables panel. So it's like that. So now you can see if I step over again, you can see it has gone to this inside the for loop, and you can directly step over one by one. And now you can see that right now we are in the normal average. So if we step into this, if I click onto this step into, it should go onto our line number 3rd, which is this function. So if I step into, you can see that we jumped onto this normal average. So you can see that this normal average, it was on this line, right? So current average is equals to normal average. So this line, that line number 13, contained this normal average function. We called the normal average function. So if I step into that, you can step into this normal function, and then you can just go back to this area, and you can see the value of d and n here. So it generated the normal average. So it generated the random numbers for d and n, and you can see when I hover my mouse over it, you can see that the value for d is 174 and the value for n is 1. and you can see that the value for d and the n is available here in the variables panel. Now if you want to go back, you can just step out from this. If I click on to step out, it is going to go back directly to the normal average, as you can see here. So now after this, I'm going to just step over. So if I click onto the step over, you can see it has gone to the next one. So this way you can use all these three buttons, which is step over, step into, and step out, so that you can control your flow of debugging using these three controls. Now if I go on to this normal average, you can see that it is going to the normal average, and if I step out, you can see that it is going to step out. Now if I click onto this, you can see we are gone to this next one. So now you can see that this is the current average. So if I again step out, step over, you can see we stepped over again to the for loop, just because it is going to iterate the for loop. So just because the for loop is iterating all these statements, if we step over again and again, we are going to go back to a for loop, and this is going to this is showing us how for loop is working, and what are the values for different variables that we are getting here in the normal average and our current average. It is showing us into this variables panel. Now you see here, this is what we call watch window. So in this watch window, you can watch over some particular variable that you want to watch. So suppose I want to watch this numbers variable. So what I can do is I can just go on to this watch. I can just hover my mouse over this watch, and if I press onto this add, and if I write here number, or what is my exact variable name, numbers. So numbers, and if I press enter, you can see now we can watch we can lock onto this numbers, and we can watch over the different values every time it is going to execute it. So this is the way to watch over some particular variables. Now why we are using this? We can watch the numbers from this variable section only. But the difference between this and this is, here in the variables panel, it is going to show all the variables one by one as you progress into your program. And in this watch pane, you can just lock onto one specific variable, and then you can watch over that specific variable, and then you can easily debug your program. Here you can see in our call stacks, you can see this is the call stack window. So in what it is going to show us, it is going to show us in what kind of function right now we are in. So right now, as you can see, we are in the running average. So it is showing that we are in the running average in the random.py. Random.py is the name of a file. So in this call stacks, it is showing me the function on which I am working on. So again, if I just go on like this, and if I come out of it, you can see if I go onto this, now you can see that we are onto this normal average. So in the call stacks, you can see that we came from normal running average to the normal average. So we executed these steps. So why it is showing me the normal average and the running average? Just because I stepped into the normal average to come to this normal average function. So it is showing me from normal average we came to the from the running average we came to the normal average. So this is the call stack window. And you can see that these are the breakpoint window as well. So here you can see that it is going to show us the breakpoint. So how we can use this breakpoints window is you can uncheck. If you uncheck these breakpoints, you can disable the breakpoint temporarily. So suppose if you don't want to remove this breakpoint, suppose. So what I can do is I can just see on which line number it is. So right now in my line number 8, so this is the line number 8. Here on the right hand side, it is showing me the line number 8, and this is the breakpoint. So if I unselect it, you can see that the breakpoint is there, but it's turned into this gray breakpoint. So this shows that our breakpoint is being disabled, but we have not removed this breakpoint. It's just that we are going to skip this breakpoint, and we are going to just move on to the other breakpoint instead of using this breakpoint. So it's somewhat like commenting the breakpoint. So this way you will not be using this breakpoint, and you will not be also removing this breakpoint at the same time. So you can just use this breakpoints window to manage your breakpoints. And this is what I wanted to explain you in this video. And this is how you can do your debugging properly. And in this video, we have seen the variables panel, the watch panel, the call stacks panel, the breakpoints panel, and different tools using a big program in which we are using all the functions. So just because of function, we saw this call stacks as well, and we watched over the number. So you can see that number, you can see in the watch pane, numbers is giving me the error. Why it is giving me the error? Just because we are not executed it. So if I execute it, you can see once I've executed it, it is going to show me all the numbers right here. So it has generated these numbers. You can see, you can watch over all of these numbers in the watch pane, and not even one. You can add as many as the different variables you want to add. So again, let's say if I want to add the average. So there you go, we've added the average, and if I execute this, every time, let us say, if I execute it, you can see it shows me the average right here. So there you go. So this way you can watch over a particular variable when you are working with many different variables in a very long program. So this is what I wanted to explain you in this video, guys. I hope you followed well. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. So this is all about this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you like the video, and if you like it, then tell us in the comment section below. If you have any doubts, then post them in the comment section. I will definitely try to clear those doubts. Also, like, share and subscribe to our channel Coders Arcade, and press the bell icon so that you will get a notification when we post our new video. Thank you. Happy learning.